Good evening. Welcome to the midweek sports review on EzeSportsTV. It is a rainy day right here in the city of Owerri. And of course, today I have Kesta with me as usual to talk midweek sports review. Kesta, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Harrison.
Okay, we've officially been welcomed into the transfer window as far as European football is concerned. And of course, right here at the MPFL, the week 34 took place. Rivers United just one win away from securing the 2021-2022 MPFL championship. Of course, Plateau United second spot is already looking guaranteed. We're looking to see what will happen between Enugu Rangers and, of course, Remo Stars, including Enyimba and Akwa United, who are beginning to spring up a lot of surprising results to see what will happen as far as the third place is concerned. We're still keeping our fingers crossed. Of course, Heartland of Owerri getting that win over the weekend, and of course, moving to the 18th position. If they can continue to get another win, of course, they will put themselves out of the relegation zone. But then I saw of course, the Nigeria Info sport presenter Foskolo from Bamono saying that it will be the biggest miracle if Heartland escape relegation this season. Kesta, do you share the same sentiment with him? And of course, you think it's a done and dusted deal for Rivers United as far as the MPFL table is concerned?
Yeah, done and dusted for Rivers United. They have executed the season so well. I mean, you see it from the beginning of the season how well they performed. Of course, teams like Plateau United did so well for themselves. We saw Remo Stars doing very well at the beginning of the season. But Rivers United seems to be the team to beat for a very long time. They remain consistent throughout the season, and they have done so well for themselves. Deservedly, they are going to win the league, and I see it staying that way till the end of the season. Of course, I share in that sentiment of Heartland. Not going to be easy for them. Of course, it's going to be a miracle for them to survive because we've seen that they're very inconsistent. That has been the major problem with Heartland. They come this week, get the win that seems to help them push out of the relegation zone, and then next match you see them losing again and going back straight away into the bottom of the league. So it's going to be a miracle. I don't know where they're going to get that consistency in these few matches. I mean that are remaining. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think whatever that happens at the end of the day, if Heartland stays up in the league, it's going to go down surely as a miracle because they don't deserve it. They don't deserve to remain in the league. They have not played like a team that wants to remain in the PFL. They have relied so much on luck, on what happens in other games and all that. They haven't taken it into their hands and trying to dictate where they want to end up at the end of the season. But let's see how it goes. Anything can still happen as far as Hampton is concerned. But for the league, I'm sure that Rivers United is going to win this one. Plateau United will finish second. Of course, whoever that finished third, we are yet to see. But I think Remo Stars and Rangers seems to be in a better position.
Talking about Remo Stars, a team who played last season in the NNL, of course, coming to the season, their season back in, Remo Stars are currently in contention to finish in a cup position. I mean, Kesta, I have just one question about Remo Stars. If eventually at the end of the season, Remo Stars fails to, make it to the third place, thereby failing to secure that cup spot for themselves, will you consider Remo Stars as not having a successful season, or do you think they're still the biggest surprising package of the season, considering the fact that this is a team who just got promoted from the of NNL, coming back to the MPFL, of course, and challenging the top guns. It took them over 11 games in the season to actually test their first defeat. So, how far, if I say should sum up the season of Remo Stars, regardless of CAF qualification next season, would you consider that season a success?
Yeah, it's a success already. But sometimes when you don't have much to show for your success, it becomes another thing. It becomes not too good. Remo Stars have been very close of achieving big things for themselves this season. At a point, they were top of the league, as you rightly mentioned. It took them 11 games for them to test their first defeat. They have stayed in that top two and then top three for a very long time. And the only thing that will make sense as far as I'm concerned is to have something to show for how well they have performed in the season. If they finish fourth, of course it's going to remain a good season for them, but with nothing much to show for it, and that's not what they want. You want to have something to always show, back up that mood of having your best season in the MPFL. What the fans or people want, what you remember the most that with for the season, the good season they've had is what they have achieved in the season, and finishing in the cap position will be we did it for them. I mean, we be the reason why you always remember this season as one of the best seasons they've had, in the MPFL. You can talk about Liverpool as a team that we are close to doing everything good for themselves, playing the Champions League final, and then just 1 point losing the league to Manchester City. At the end of the day, they ended up with the league cups, the true domestic cups. Good enough, but not really what they would have wanted to to show for the kind of season they had. At the end of the day, you don't remember anymore that Liverpool played in the Champions League final and lost the league just with 1 point to Manchester City. So results like this or achievements like that goes a long way to prove and show what you have really done for yourself in the season. So I wish Remo Stars will make it to cup positions.
Okay, lastly, before we leave the local scene and go to the international transfer window, currently, of course, there will be the Abia FA finals between Enyimba International versus Abia Warriors. Quickly, Kesta, the game will be played at the Enyimba International Stadium. Of course, there won't be any home advantage because the of course the same number of the home side, the same number of fans they are having is also the same slot that was given to the Abia Warriors side. Quick prediction, Kesta. Who do you think takes the day?
When it comes to the rental derby, you can count on teams like Enyimba, Rangers, Atlant. Of course, Abia Warriors have come into that mix and have done so well for themselves. Recently in Nigerian football. So it's not going to be an easy game, especially when it's going to be played on a neutral ground where there's no constant in any international. But he's going to play in a way he don't seem to have a kind of home advantage. But this is a Yimba International Stadium, as a matter of fact. They will feel more at home in that stadium. They will feel more that they are the big team in this game. I mean, it's their game to lose. As a matter of fact, they know that a win is going to be the only thing the fans of Enyimba we want from them. So I predict Enyimba to win this one by 2 goals to 1.
2 goes to 1 it is for Kesta. Of course, Kesta, let's quickly talk about the transfer window, the European transfer window, currently ongoing. A lot of mouth-watering deals have taken places already. Of course, Real Madrid recently unveiled the signing of Anthony Rudiger. Tony Rudiger coming out to say that he was this close to signing for Barcelona, but he told his brother that if it's not Real Madrid, then he's staying back at Chelsea. Of course, Kesta, Romelu Lukaku, Sadio Mane. I mean, you didn't see these deals coming. Lukaku coming to England. How do you sum up his one season back? Because when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer Lukaku left to go earlier, we all felt he was done. I mean, he was being treated unfairly. Romelu Lukaku coming back to England, saying that he's coming back to finish what he started. But we've seen how the season turned out for him. Do you think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer saw what all of us couldn't see all this while? I mean, he might have gotten a lot of things wrong in his coaching career as far as Manchester United is concerned. But do you think this is one of the best decisions he made?
No, I don't think so because Lukaku's performance was abysmal. Everybody can see that he didn't do quite well with Chelsea. Especially first of all, he didn't do quite well in Manchester United, especially in his second season in Manchester United. Now coming back to Chelsea after 2 wonderful seasons in Inter Milan, he didn't quite live up to expectation. But you have to look at it. I mean, you have to share the blames. You can't give it to Lukaku alone. He was doing something good for himself in Italy that made Chelsea to come and pick him. No, so Lukaku had been in the Premier League. Did so well with West Bromwich Albion while on loan from Chelsea. Did so well with Everton while on loan from Chelsea. So he's a player that have proven to be a very good player when you play the Lukaku way, the way that suits him. He's the top scorer for Belgium national team. So he's not a player. He's a proven striker. He has done it so for himself. So for him not to perform in Chelsea or a team like Manchester United, I think it has to be that Lukaku have failed to adapt to how this team plays. And of course, this team also have failed to adapt to how Lukaku play because you don't spend 95, £7 million on a player without trying to look for a better way or how best to play him, how best that suits him in playing him to perform for you. So you can look at it from both sides and say that Chelsea and Manchester United have not really tried to make Lukaku play well, trying to suit to his style of playing. And then Lukaku also have not done much to try to adapt to the way these two teams have played their football.
Talking about Chelsea and Manchester United, do you think it's a coincidence that when Lukaku goes to the other leagues, you see him performing at the highest level, but when he comes back to England, he struggles to, continue and produce those kind of performances? And of course, talking about a club like Manchester United, oftentimes you don't see these teams changing their playing pattern just to suit a particular player. This is Manchester United we're talking about. This is Chelsea we're talking about. We've had world-class players come through these clubs, and they have to adapt to the playing pattern of these teams. Do you think, Lukaku doesn't, is not up there to perform at the highest level when it comes to the toughest league in the world? Or do you think it was just unlucky not to have actually delivered? Because one, you can say it's a mistake, but twice, it doesn't look like a mistake anymore.
And that's why I pointed out that he has played in West Bromwich Albion in the English Premier League, the toughest league in the world. He has played in Everton, and he did so well for this team. So you can't just say he hasn't found it. He can't play in a Premier League side. But the teams can always try to look for a better way of playing their team. Teams adapt to play. I'm not saying Chelsea should or everybody should just try to play just what Lukaku likes to play. But there's a way you try to bring out the best in a player. I know the Lukaku always take the bunch of the blames. He hasn't performed well. That is the truth. Team seems to Chelsea seems to do better when he's not in the team, when he's not on the pitch with them. But that shows how well he didn't adapt to the playing style of Chelsea. And that's why I say the blame should go either ways. When a player is not responding to the way the team plays, sometimes the teams also find a way to try to integrate these players and make them adapt to the way they're playing. But the best thing for Lukaku now is to leave the Premier League. Everybody seems to be on the same page and allow him to go. The new Chelsea owner, Todd Boehly, handling the transfer himself, have agreed for him to go. Inter Milan also, there have been an agreement, with Chelsea for him to go back on loan with a loan fee, going to commit to Chelsea. And of course, Inter Milan will also take care of his wages, so Chelsea will be freed from Lukaku's wages, which is around £320,000 a week, and then also pay some million to loan him to Italy.
Yeah, 8 million euro guaranteed. Of course, 2 million on add-ons. Uh, Lukaku's salary as well as have reduced from 12 million euros to 8 million euros, and Inter will take care of the salary. It's a good one for Chelsea, getting 8 million, and of course, the 2 million on add-ons is quite an easy one for him to, activate, because they are just the 2 million is based on appearance. Quickly, Kesta, Sadio Mane confirmed, his deal signed. He's been officially confirmed by Bayern Munich themselves. Sadio Mane is a Bayern Munich player. What's up?
So many deals have been confirmed already. Mane being one of those big signings that have happened already. It wasn't really a big surprise. Towards the end of the season, a lot of people speculated that Sadio Mane might not be staying back at Liverpool. Of course, we knew the situation before now that Salah and Mane, we are just having 1 year remaining in their contract. Of course, Liverpool made it clear that they are not willing to give them the kind of contract they expected. These are big players. They believe that they deserve more, considering what they've done for the club. But Liverpool was looking at keeping one of them. In this case now, they're choosing to stay with Salah. Although the deal has not been done with Salah yet, but he's going to stay back in Liverpool. Mane have moved to Bayern Munich, which is a very good move for him. Bayern Munich remains one of the biggest club in Europe, the best club in Germany. He's sure of winning trophies with them right there in Germany. What a career he have had in Liverpool. Wonderful one for Sadio Mane. And he won it all with the club and all that, and did it for them. So congratulations to him. He's African champion, going to be playing in the World Cup. Everything seems to be working and going well for him, and we wish him the best at Bayern. Of course, Manchester City have completed the signing of Haaland. He is now an officially Manchester City player. A big one for them. Relatively not too costly considering the level and of his performance and all that. Fabio Vieira have been confirmed as Arsenal player with other speculations. Yeah. And then Darwin Núñez, joining Liverpool for Benfica. These are exciting moments in transfer window, and we will always be here to see how it ends up at the end of the season. By July, you see teams registering their new players, of course, getting ready for pre-season. For now, it's business here and there. So many things are happening, so many rumors and so many deals that are being planned. Of course, PSG is not being left out. They want a new coach. Discussing. It's already City and all that. So so many things are happening in the world of football right now. We are very excited.
Of course, we are very excited to bring you all the happenings as far as sports in Europe and Africa and all over the world is concerned. This is still the midweek sports review on EzeSportsTV. Kesta, quickly before we call it a day, Manchester United are yet to do business. They brought in Eric Ten Hag, and of course the body language of Manchester United is that they're going to rebuild. Their fans are gradually growing impatient because looking at teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester City, they're all doing their businesses quietly. Chelsea are a team who needs to at least revamp their defense. And of course, we all know how Chelsea does in the transfer window. They always get what they want. Maybe not all, but they always get at least 80% of what they want. But Manchester United fans are thinking that the club is still being run the same way, despite all the changing of coaches and all. They are yet to strike a deal. The back and forth between Frank de Jong, the player doesn't want to join Manchester United, Christian Eriksen rejecting Manchester United because he wants to play Champions League football. I mean, do you think all is well with Manchester United, or you think we are all being too fast, to judge?
Yeah, I think we should just watch how it goes. I mean, July remains the official transfer window month where a lot of things are expected to happen. Of course, we knew that it's going to be difficult for Manchester United, to sign the kind of players they want. Not finishing in Champions League places have made it difficult, but they are still a big club with the new coach, a very young coach coming. Some players who want to, play with him and all that. So let's see how it goes. I think, yeah, the fans have the right to feel the way they're feeling right now. A lot seems not to be happening with the club. Of course, when you look at teams like Manchester City, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur, Arsenal, with what they are doing currently, Manchester United fans and Chelsea fans currently have the right to feel the way they're feeling. Chelsea have a lot of things to do to cover up for the players that are left and some that will leave as well. So, of course, Chelsea already making a very big move for Sterling and all that. But Manchester United, who had that Eriksen turned down a move to Manchester United and all that. Let's see how it goes. They are still on the Barcelona midfielder. They are still going for him. There are still talks going on between the two clubs. Gradually, I think they will come into it, and at the end of the day, they might have what they want at the end of the day. Yeah.
All right, Kesta, thank you for your top-notch sports analysis. You're one of the best. Of course, we're always happy to have you on Midweek Sports Review. Thank you so much for coming with us, Kesta.
Thank you very much. Sports Central Nigeria is always the best.
Of course, the man behind the cameras, our producers today, is Collins. Collins, thank you so much for being there. I still remain your host, Harrison. This is still the Midweek Sports Review on EzeSportsTV. Continue to keep it date with us next week, Wednesday, as we will bring to you all the sporting activities and all the transfer windows news. And of course, by then, we should have a champion already in the Nigerian Professional Football League. Until then, have a nice evening and keep watching.